Hi everyone, welcome to Inspiring Series with Farisha, and today I'm really honored to have a special guest with us. It's Aiman Azlan. Assalamualaikum Aiman, how are you?
Waalaikumsalam. Hi.
Hi, it's really an honor to have you in my show, Inspiring Series video podcast. And I'm really honored because I'm a fan of your work and I follow you on social
Thank you.
media. And I really admire your
Thank you
work
very much.
on developing human capital and also helping graduate and students to find jobs.
Thank you. It's honor. It's an honor to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay, and I would like to ask you a question, yeah, Aiman. So, can you share with us
Yep.
more about yourself and what is the most memorable moments in your career?
Sure. My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Azlan, better known as Aiman Azlan. I started
Mm-hmm.
making videos on YouTube when I was in second year university. I studied in Canada for 4 years, studied psychology there, made a video, and then it became viral at the time. So I gained a following, an audience, and
Mm-hmm.
I kept on making more videos. And after that, I got invited to give talks. After that, I got invited to write books, and then it became my career. And I
Wow.
decided after a few years, I wanted to do this full time,
Mm-hmm.
becoming a mentor specifically for the youth, tackling specific issues like self confidence,
Mm-hmm.
communication, relationships. So, those are the things that I'm doing right now as we speak. I'm also a proud father. So, right now, I'm taking care of two of my kids as we speak. I have my baby in my arms right now, and but the most memorable thing in my line of work, I would say one thing that pops into my head right now. There was this one time
Mm-hmm.
I was at one of the Malaysian colleges,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to give a talk that night. So the organizer took me out for a quick bite, and I was eating and chatting with the organizer, and then suddenly one woman came to the table and said to me, "Thank you." I'm like, "Thank you for what?" "Thank you because one of your videos really changed me." And I'm like, okay, wow. So it wasn't expected. Sometimes you do this line of work,
Mm-hmm.
you don't actually see direct results right there then and there, because
Mm-hmm.
especially online, you're
Yes.
speaking to a camera, right? And you're imagining that there's people on the other side, but you don't know really which one of your words, which one of your videos is gonna touch people.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one of those times when one of my audience actually came to me and say thank you. So that was quite memorable. So I hold on to those kind of memories to keep me going.
Yes, and with your line of work, how you touch people's life and you leave a deep impact towards them, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, yep. That's what keep me going. Yeah.
Yes, and it's really great to know that, when the other person is motivated and inspired by your work and your motivation and your guidance, and that's what keeps you going.
Yeah, you have to have a sense of meaning in whatever work that you do. No matter what it is. I mean, sweeping the floor, you have to have some form of meaning that when you wake up in the morning, you look forward to do that job, whatever it may be. And I believe that everyone deserves that kind of job.
Exactly. Okay. Okay, Iman, moving on to the next question. You are very passionate in mentoring youth. Yes, and can you tell us
Mm-hmm.
when and how did you started on your journey empowering students and youth in Malaysia as a youth mentor?
Okay. So we go back memory lane.
Yes.
I would say to 2011, I started making the video. But
Mm-hmm.
my first video, it's still on YouTube, by the way. My
Mm-hmm.
first video wasn't intended to be this huge vision of, inspiring people. I was just trying to inspire myself. That
Mm-hmm.
was my first video. And the first few videos after that, I was just inspiring myself, really pursuing what I enjoy doing. And
What
in
you
the course
love,
of doing
your
that,
passion. Yeah.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly. And the thing is, when you do something that you enjoy, people respond to it
Mhm.
because they can see it. It's not fake, it's authentic, and people get, I would say, indirectly inspired by what I do, even though I did not intend to inspire them or whatever. So after that, after people started responding
Mhm.
and seeing that I can have that effect on people, I
Yeah.
decided, okay, let's pursue this. Let's pursue this. So I've been doing that ever since. Yeah, until this day. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's really, really amazing what you
This
do.
is the new norm, people. This is the new
Yeah,
norm.
it's the new norm. And I really admire you, Aiman, yeah, being a father, being a youth mentor, a motivator. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, really, really admire and say,
Yeah, yep, yep.
yes,
And now you have to inspire the next generation now.
yes, exactly. Okay, and for the next question, what is your advice to fresh graduates and job seekers out there? I know this is a very difficult time because
Yeah, yeah.
we are in a pandemic and we know a lot of companies are laying off employees. So, what is your take on
Yes.
this? What is your opinion on what is the advice that you can give to fresh graduates and job seekers out there?
Well, I see this situation on both sides.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to defend anyone, but I understand
Yes.
why companies, businesses lay off people
Yeah.
because they have to keep the business afloat. They don't have the resources to keep people employed. So
Mm-hmm.
from that angle, I get it. But at the same time, you have to understand the people you employ have families, the people you
Yes.
employ have lives they have to support. So it's
Families they need
really
to
a
take
dilemma,
care.
really. Exactly. It's a dilemma between, keeping the business afloat so that more
Mm-hmm.
people can be employed and
Yes.
then laying off some people. So it's
Mm.
really a hard decision for the
It
people who
is.
want to
Yeah.
make that decision. So
Mm.
that's the first thing I think we have to touch upon. And secondly, for the people who just got laid off, let's say, because of the pandemic and whatnot,
Yes. Yeah.
uh, one job that you lost
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that you're going to lose all jobs available in the world, because we live on earth, on a planet with 7 billion people,
Mm-hmm.
which means we have 7 billion problems that need to be solved at least. And along that line, if you have any form of skill,
Mm-hmm.
valuable skill that you can use to solve any of those problems,
Mm-hmm.
and people are willing to pay you to solve
Yes.
those problems, and you could get a job. To simplify the whole idea of what a job is, right?
Yes.
It's
Right.
you having
Right.
possessing a certain valuable skill which you can use to solve people's problems, and people
Yeah.
are willing, are happy to pay you to solve those problems. And if you look at all the jobs in the world, you realize that all jobs can be fit into that definition. It's just you solving other people's problems.
Yes.
So if you lost your job, number one, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
sorry. It's not easy. No matter what people say, you people like say that you should be thankful ke apa ke, which is true, but
Mm-hmm.
also your feelings are valid. What you feel are valid, especially
Mm-hmm.
if you have a family. Like I have my son here. I
Yes.
can't imagine if I lost my job, how am I going to take care of them? So the
Mm-hmm.
feeling is real, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, because of them, because of like my family and the people I have to support, I'm gonna find a
Yes.
way.
Yes.
And
Mm.
that
You're
way
gonna
is
find a
for me
solution.
to
Yeah.
continue. Exactly. And that way is for me to continuously learn. There's always a new skill that you can adopt. There's always something new that you can learn. There's always a new problem that you can solve. And you are a human being which is very adaptable in nature. And
Yes.
you can expand your level of knowledge and expertise if you put your effort into it. Now, this isn't to say that everything is going to be hunky-dory, easy, all roses and rainbows. No, it's still
No.
going to be hard, still going to be
Challenging.
difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with the skills that you have, it's going to be manageable, right? Like, for example, you have a baby crying here, right? You're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's kind of stressful in a way, but stress management is one of the valuable skills that you need if you want to further yourself in life. If you don't
Correct.
have that one basic
Yes.
skill, how are you going to solve other people's problems, especially your own problems? So
Exactly.
what I say to graduates,
Mm.
what I say to people who just got laid off, what I say to them is think of your skills, right?
Yes.
Whatever that you already have right
What you
now,
can do,
whatever
what
that you
you're good at.
already have,
Yeah.
exactly, that you already have, optimize it, maximize it, go all out on it. But let's say you want to learn something new, go for it. Right now, we have a lot of resources online where you can learn, both free and paid. You have resources outside where you can learn. You have books you can read. So you
Yeah.
really have to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
I mean, it's uncomfortable to put the effort. It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. But if you want a life of comfort, you have to start with the uncomfortable first. We
Exactly.
Malays have a beautiful saying, bersusah-susah dahulu, bersenang-senang
Bersenang-senang.
kemudian. So this is the part where we all bersusah-susah dahulu. And inshallah, with
Yes.
perseverance, with resilience, with strategy, you're
Yes.
gonna
Resilience.
experience, you're gonna have a taste of what senang-senang kemudian feels like.
Yeah.
But probably not now lah. Probably not now. Now is the time for you to get to work on yourself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
upgrade your skills,
Yes.
learn new
Upskilling.
things, be
Upskilling.
uncomfortable. Exactly. Feel uncomfortable with the process. It's okay because you're stretching yourself, right? You
You're
are going
growing.
outside of your comfort zone
Yeah. Yes.
and you are growing. Exactly. And whether or not employers see that, you have to see it first in yourself. Don't wait for employers to see your worth before you see your own worth. Because a
Yes.
lot of people they validate themselves through the jobs that they have, and that's very, very, I would say, dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, you can lose your job anytime.
Right.
So validate yourself based on your own values, based on your own skills, and that's much better than validating yourself from something outside. I guess that's a good enough answer for now lah. I mean, my
Yes.
son is getting my attention.
Yes, yes, yes. It's really, really amazing, Aiman. I really admire you, as a father, as a youth mentor, as a trainer, and you're right about handling stress management. I really agree on you on that because it's not just in the office that you're going to handle stress management, even personal life as well.
That's true.
So stress management skills is really important, right? Yeah. So you know how to
Yes,
adapt.
it's everywhere. Stress is everywhere.
Hmm. So we just have to learn and how to adapt to the surrounding, adapt to the situation.
That's true. That's true. And like right now we are adapting with the baby.
Yes.
So
What's your
we have to keep the show going. So it's
yes?
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
What's your
I think
son's
people
name?
understand.
Yeah, people
Oh,
understand.
Yusuf, Yusuf.
Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf. Yusuf. Hi.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that people are more understanding right now due to the pandemic. Yeah, Iman. Yeah,
Yeah.
because all
Yes.
of us
Yes.
are in the same situation, same boat. Yeah.
Yeah, everything, every industry that you can think of is undergoing massive changes. Education, manufacturing, even
Tourism,
your own
hospitality.
tourism,
Yes.
training,
Yes.
everything.
Even my
So
industry,
it's
training. Yeah. Hmm.
exactly, So
Yeah.
we are, like you said, on the same boat. So it's not productive for us to judge anyone at this point. Actually, it's not productive for us to judge, period. But
Yes.
especially now when we are all experiencing this difficulty, on a different level, of course, and
Yeah.
in our own way, because
Mm-hmm.
our difficulties are different for each person. But it is a difficulty that we can have solidarity in. We can feel togetherness in. And
Yes.
I believe that in this pandemic, there's that silver lining where we can say, I feel with the entire world because we are all facing this same problem. And with the job loss and the people who are losing their income,
Yeah.
it's something that we all feel to a certain extent. I have a business. My business was affected. My family, they have their jobs.
Yeah.
They're affected now. Like my
Mm-hmm.
wife's a teacher. She's
Mm-hmm.
like adapting to online teaching now, which is difficult
Yes.
for her.
Mm-hmm.
So in on all levels, all sides, we are all facing this together, and it's very important for us to understand that and be with each other and be for
Yes.
each other in these trying times.
Yes, and support each other, right? Yeah, and it's really important
Exactly. Yeah,
for us
exactly.
to support each other and empower each other.
Yes,
Yusuf,
I agree. Yes.
Yusuf, Yusuf.
It's all right. It's all right. It's
Yeah,
the early morning. I'm sorry. I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. Really, really admire you, Aiman. Okay, and we've come to the end of the show. One final question before we wrap the podcast series. Okay, do
Yeah,
you
sure.
have any advice that you want to share with us out there?
Uh, I can share one at this point in time, and that is focus on what you can control. You know, in life, there are so many things that we cannot control, and there are
Yeah.
so many things that we wish we can control. Like, for example, I wish I could control my baby now. But yeah, you just have to focus on what you can control. You can control your thoughts, you can control your
Yes.
emotions, you can control your words, you
Mm-hmm.
can control your actions, you can control how you react to situations.
Right.
So focus on what you can control.
Right.
And for things that you cannot control, leave it to Allah, leave it to God.
Yes. Leave it to
Um,
Allah.
that those are the line. That's the line where you cannot cross. The
Right.
line where there are things that you cannot control. You cannot control time. You cannot control people's reactions. You cannot control the pandemic. You
Right.
cannot control, your job loss.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yes.
So just focus on what you can control and keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Allah is the best.
Mwah. Hey,
Yeah. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is the best
indeed.
planner. So we have to trust Allah.
Yes.
And I agree with you.
Yes.
We
Yes.
have to keep going no matter what the situation is, how painful it is. We have to continuously keep going. Keep going.
That's true.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So I
Allah,
might.
Allah.
Okay. So what would be your advice to job seekers and youth out there on how they can build resilience, to build the resilience within them to bounce back?
Well, we can use the current situation now that we are experiencing. Okay. Now, all of you are listening to my baby crying, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Imagine this is what your problem sounds like. This is it.
Right.
This is what your problem sounds like.
Okay.
And you cannot like simply just switch it off like that. You can't. You have to deal with it. So I have to deal with my son and try to find a way to calm him down.
Right.
Try to find a way to make him comfortable. Trying to find a way to solve the problem.
Yes.
Right?
To solve
That
the problem.
takes resilience. That's the practice of resilience, because in the face of this noisy problem, right, you have to stay composed
Stay
and
calm.
focus on the solution. Exactly. And focus on the solution and not be too overwhelmed by the problem. Because if I'm too overwhelmed with my son, there are things that, you may do which you're going to regret later on, right?
Right.
And we've heard the news of people like Nauzubillah throwing their babies and things like that, hitting their
Yeah.
child, because
Yeah.
it is stressful. It is,
Yeah.
but it's something that you have to deal with.
Right.
Don't try to silence it. Don't try to
Mm-hmm.
ignore it.
Right.
Don't try to take the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it properly, right?
Yes.
And to do that, you need to have a good sense of control over yourself. So
Yes.
that's one part of resilience that I think we all have to practice lah, especially right now.
Right.
Okay. I think I think that's our cue.
Yes, and how you develop the
Mama.
resilience. Yeah, and taking care of your baby is not an easy task. It's hard work. Yeah, and I truly admire you, Aiman, because you're calm and you're very composed, even though your baby is crying. So we can also relate this situation to real life situation as well, and how can, like for example, a fresh graduate and job seeker, how do you handle? You have to handle it with calm and and to know that you from any situation, believe in yourself.
True. Very, very true. Yes. Okay.
Okay, Aiman, we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for being in my podcast, Inspiring Series. It's truly an honor to have you for this sharing session today on my Inspiring Series video podcast. Truly an honor. And
My
for
pleasure.
those who would like to follow Aiman Azlan, okay, what is your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram for people to follow you and connect with you?
All of my social media has the same username. It's Aiman Azlan 90. Or easy, aimanazlan.com. That's easy.
Aiman Azlan.
aimanazlan.com.
Oh, okay. And then for job seekers and also graduates who would like to seek your advice and help, how can they connect with you via email or?
Easy. Go to aimanazlan.com. You'll
Mhm.
find a contact page. There's my email there. You can also connect with me on all my social media platforms through my website, aimanazlan.com. So it's one place for everything related to me, aimanazlan.com. So that's the
Okay.
easiest place to get in touch with me.
Okay, so it's aimanazlan.com. Okay, so for those of you who would like to get in touch with Aiman, you can log on to his website at aimanazlan.com. Thank you so much, Azlan. Aiman Azlan. Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf. Hi.
He wants to sleep. Okay, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Farisha.
thank you so much, Aiman. Thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye, Yusuf.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Yusuf. Bye, Aiman.
Okay.